Between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. West Bank Stadium. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
Here we go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Vikings had it. And listen, they knew last week they were for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 24, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On third down, Lawrence got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
5 yards brings up third and goal. You got bombers. You got bombers.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On second, it's Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust. And he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Burrow. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can't.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team.
Here we go.
You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
We'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Burrow looking to pass. It's caught by Mike Evans. Touchdown, Falcons. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Here's Koo. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Lawrence on 3rd down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nailing over 20 yards. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw, Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Hey, Alpha!
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there, as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Burrow's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown, finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
On 2.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Burrow. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Here we go.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From midfield now, Burrow. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
From the 30 on second down, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And the tight end goes in motion left. From midfield now, Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
This is caught by Evans. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they have regained the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
I'm on, ready?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Second touchdown of the night, and they're able to add on to their advantage. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
This is Swift on the counter.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They go play action now. Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow will throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lawrence will throw. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across
acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Play action. It's Lawrence. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Complete this one to Barrios. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now Burrow. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He completes it to Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Swift going to try up the middle. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
passing here. Joe Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions in what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Now Lawrence. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
To Justin Jefferson. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
For the field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal here, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Khalil Mack in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. The
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Lawrence. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. All the option left, it's Burrow. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are, looking at 2-0 right now. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them just a few.